Bruce Sutter's career should have ended before it even started. A devastating elbow injury in 1972 left him unable to throw his fastball even 60 feet. But what happened next didn't just save his career, it changed baseball forever. In 1972, Bruce Sutter was just another young pitcher in the Chicago Cubs minor league system. Playing for the Gulf Coast League Cubs, he felt sharp pain in his right elbow. Doctors diagnosed it as a pinched nerve. The injury was so severe that he could only pitch 2 games in 5 innings before being sidelined for the entire year. The Cubs were ready to release him. His professional baseball dreams seemed over before they truly began. But Sutter refused to give up. He made an extraordinary decision. He paid for his own surgery to repair the pinched nerve, betting his future on one last chance. When Sutter returned to spring training in 1973, the surgery had worked, but there was a devastating side effect. His traditional fastball was gone. He couldn't even throw it 60 feet, 6 inches, the distance from the pitcher's mound to home plate. For most pitchers, this would have been the end. But fate intervened in the form of Fred Martin, a Cubs minor league pitching instructor. Martin introduced Sutter to something called the split-finger fastball. This pitch required spreading the index and middle fingers wide apart, forming a V shape around the baseball. The ball was thrown with fastball arm action, but emphasized a downward pull at release. Sutter mastered it almost immediately. He later recalled, "The first day I threw it, I'd get it to break. Not every time, but you could see the signs that it was going to be something special. I never adjusted my grip after the first day." The pitch was revolutionary. It looked like a fastball coming out of his hand, deceiving batters into swinging early. But as it approached home plate, it would tumble and drop sharply, often described as falling off the table. This late movement made it nearly impossible to hit squarely. The split-finger fastball became Sutter's signature weapon. By 1976, he was in the major leagues. By 1977, he was the Cubs' closer. The pitch was so effective that it fundamentally changed how teams approached the 9th inning. Sutter's numbers were incredible. From 1977 to 1984, he consistently pitched over 100 innings in relief, a workload almost unheard of for modern closers. In 1979, he won the Cy Young Award, becoming one of the few relief pitchers ever to earn this honor. He led the National League in saves 5 times and became a 6-time All-Star. His peak seasons were extraordinary. In 1979, he appeared in 62 games, pitched over 101 innings, recorded 37 saves, and posted a 2.22 ERA. In 1982 with the Cardinals, he pitched 70 games with 36 saves and helped lead the team to a World Series championship. In 1984, his final dominant season, he set a then record with 45 saves while appearing in 71 games. But this success came with a cost. During his time with the Cubs, concerns about overwork were constant. His pitching instructor, Fred Martin, observed that Sutter's ball was still dropping, but not as sharply as before. Martin attributed this to overexertion, saying, "There's nothing wrong with him physically that a little rest wouldn't cure. We just need a few complete games from our starters." Sutter himself denied that overwork was affecting his performance, insisting his struggles were just late-season slumps. But the statistics tell a different story. He was often the Cubs' only dependable reliever, creating a situation where the team had no choice but to use him heavily. This created what experts now recognize as a dangerous cycle. The more indispensable Sutter became due to his elite performance, the more frequently the team deployed him. This increased his risk of injury and burnout, potentially undermining the very ability that made him so valuable. In the late 1970s, understanding of pitcher workload and its long-term consequences was far less developed than today. Overwork was often just a qualitative observation, rather than a scientific measurement based on biomechanical stress. Teams lacked the sophisticated load management protocols that exist in modern baseball. The contradiction between Fred Martin's professional assessment that Sutter was overworked and Sutter's own denial reflects the limited sports science knowledge of that era. What we now understand as cumulative stress and tissue fatigue was then often dismissed as mental weakness or temporary mechanical issues. Back in Sutter's heyday, you needed to be at the ballpark to witness greatness, like his split-finger fastball in action. Today, you can stream every MLB game and see today's closers in action with Fubo. Live sports, anytime, anywhere. Check out the link below to support the channel and never miss the action. After helping the St. Louis Cardinals win the 1982 World Series, Sutter signed a massive 6-year, $10.6 million contract with the Atlanta Braves. But his time in Atlanta became a struggle against his own body. The shoulder problems that would end his career began in 1985. By the end of that season, he was dealing with nerve impingement in his right shoulder. He underwent shoulder surgery to repair an injured rotator cuff, identified as the third arm surgery of his career. In 1987, ongoing shoulder problems forced him to miss the entire season. He underwent another surgery in February 1987 to remove scar tissue and promote nerve healing. When he returned in 1988, he was clearly diminished, posting a career worst 1-4 record with only 14 saves across 38 appearances. The progression of injuries painted a clear picture of cumulative breakdown. From the initial elbow surgery in 1972 that led to his signature pitch, to the shoulder problems that began in 1985, Sutter's body was telling the story of years of high-stress pitching. By March 1989, Sutter publicly acknowledged there was a 99.9% chance he wouldn't be able to pitch again due to a severely torn rotator cuff. He officially retired after the 1988 season at age 35. The Braves eventually released him in November 1989, ending one of the most innovative careers in baseball history. For years, many blamed Sutter's injuries on his signature pitch. The split-finger fastball gained a reputation as dangerous, with some teams actively discouraging prospects from learning it. Anecdotal evidence and correlation without causation fueled this injury taboo. But modern research tells a different story. Contemporary biomechanical studies haven't found solid evidence that the split-finger fastball is more dangerous than other pitches. In fact, some research suggests fastballs can create higher stress on the elbow than off-speed pitches. Studies now indicate that factors like total arm stress, how that stress is distributed, and overall throwing velocity are more significant in injury causation than specific pitch types. Sutter's injuries were likely the result of cumulative wear from his exceptionally high workload over many years, not his signature pitch itself. The research shows that injury causation in elite sports is rarely due to a single factor. It's typically a complex interaction involving pitch characteristics, workload volume and intensity, individual physiological predispositions, overall pitching mechanics, and prior injury history. Despite his shortened career, Sutter's impact on baseball was profound. In 2006, he became the first pitcher inducted into the Hall of Fame without ever starting a game, cementing his legacy as a true innovator of the closer position. His influence extended beyond statistics. The split-finger fastball, once feared and avoided, has seen a resurgence in recent years, particularly influenced by successful Japanese pitchers who have long used it as a primary weapon. Sutter's career totals of 300 saves and a 2.83 ERA across 661 games tell only part of his story. He fundamentally changed how teams approached late-inning situations and helped establish the modern concept of the specialized closer. Sutter largely stayed out of the public eye after retirement. He made appearances at Cardinals events, including opening day festivities in April 2022. But by August of that year, a lingering illness prevented him from attending the 40th anniversary celebration of the 1982 championship team. On October 13, 2022, Bruce Sutter passed away at age 69. His family confirmed he had been recently diagnosed with cancer and was receiving hospice care in Georgia. While initial reports simply stated cancer, evidence suggests he died of lymphoma, a diagnosis completely unrelated to his baseball career or the arm injuries that ended it. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred acknowledged Sutter as a true pioneer in the game, changing the role of the late-inning reliever. His passing marked the end of an era, but his innovations live on in every closer who takes the mound today. The distinction between his career-ending orthopedic issues and his terminal illness decades later serves as an important reminder about athlete health trajectories. While his playing career certainly took a physical toll, his final illness was entirely separate from those challenges. Bruce Sutter's story is one of remarkable resilience and innovation. From a career-threatening injury that should have ended his dreams, He created a pitch that revolutionized baseball and earned him a place in Cooperstown. His journey reminds us that sometimes our greatest limitations can become our greatest strengths. The loss of his fastball led to the development of a pitch that was even more effective and helped define a new era in baseball. Sutter's legacy extends beyond his individual achievements. His career highlighted the need for better understanding of pitcher workloads and injury prevention, contributing to the evolution of modern sports medicine approaches that protect today's athletes.